Hello, hello, my lovely Virgo friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing your weekly reading for February 12th, we are doing your reading for February 26th through March 10th. Not the 12th. I think that was last week's video, or not last week's, but last readings videos had us dealing with the 12th. And it's the 26th through the 10th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got week 1. Let's put out week 2. Jeez Louise, Virgo. Okay. So, let's take a look. You got a lot going on, Virgo. Some of the signs this week have had this theme about doing a lot of interpersonal growth. Not necessarily growth, interpersonal is inside, not growth necessarily outside of oneself. It does come with an expansion, an expansion of oneself, but it's the internal and not necessarily the external. That's just kind of been a common theme through the other signs for this week, this time. And I'm not an astrologer, so, maybe there's something within astrology that can help explain that, but I don't have the knowledge or the know-how to explain it, so whatever's going on, it seems like a lot of people are kind of going through similar themes right now. Anyway, enough about that. Virgo, let's go ahead and get started with the 26th here. For the 26th, you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is actually a very positive start for your reading here. The 10 of Pentacles is about reaching a completion within your finances or within your... Pentacles aren't just finances, right? It's also your emotional, family, foundations. It's associated with earth energy. So think of the grounding energy within building your home life. That steady, constant flow of energy that helps you find stability. And the 10 of Pentacles is stability. It's about building stability for yourself, building stability for future generations, and reveling in your hard work. It takes a lot of hard work to get to this stable point and to have enough stability that it's not just you that feels the effect of this stability, but generations of yours to come. So, Virgo, building stability, and Pentacles are associated with earth energy. So again, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, right? So Virgo, this very well could be stability within yourself, stability within your life, as well as your finances, as well as your family. So, building stability, feeling very connected with your foundations here. Virgo, then we move on Tuesday to the 8 of Cups in reverse. The 8 of Cups, this is about needing to contemplate or thinking about walking away from something. These are usually things that are no longer serving us, and it's this deep contemplative energy about the things that bring us happiness inside. Virgo, this very well could be you choosing to ignore some emotional aspect of yourself, feeling as though if something isn't working for you, still trying to push through that sensation of resistance, while also knowing that it's maybe not something that is good for you, something that doesn't fill up your cup, so to speak. So Virgo, the 8 of Cups in reverse is knowing maybe a person or something within your life that is taking from you more than it is giving. And also at the same time, not really being ready to let this thing go. A part of you knows that it can't stay with you in the long run, and a part of you knows that it is going to have to be something that goes eventually, but just feeling the resistance towards letting it go. You recognize that it's something that doesn't serve you, but you're just hesitant to accept that. Wednesday here, Virgo, you have the Magician in reverse. And this carries a sense of helplessness to it. The Magician is also associated with Mercury energy, which is the ruling planet, one of the ruling planets over Virgo. The Magician is, your energy to alchemize, to turn one thing into another, to turn a bad situation into a good one, to convert your energy from something that is negative into something positive. This is about having the tools available to you to make changes and to see those changes brought about by your own actions and influence. And the Magician can tell me that you may be questioning your ability to do this. You may be feeling it's interesting, we had that sense of stability on Monday, so maybe one piece of you feels very stable. Maybe you feel as though you have a very good handle on your work, a handle on your ability to do your work. However, you maybe are lacking the vision to build within your own career. Or maybe this is a different aspect of your life. Maybe you feel as though your career is doing really good, but you feel as though, on the other hand, maybe your home life is lacking a little bit as a part of it. And you feel as though you are helpless or don't have the tools in order to change this for yourself. So the Magician in reverse is kind of that helplessness, but also doubting your ability to do this in the first place. Then we move on to Thursday. We have the Judgment card here. And this is saying you need to step outside of this thinking. There is almost a calling here for you to do something different, to do something better, or be someone better. The Judgment card is an awakening. So something is being awoken within you, a new change, a new future for yourself. And you are hearing the call towards a new life, a new opportunity for yourself. And these two mirrors here, these two pieces, I'll hold the card up so you can see it a little better. But these two pieces are meant to represent portals that you can choose to walk through. There's the one that we have here and then the one further in here. And so it's meant to say that you're being awoken, being called to walk through from one reality to upgrade into a new one and to walk away from the old life into your new life. So Virgo, I feel as though, you may be doubting some stuff. There may be some stuff that's not working for you, and the Judgment card is that call or that awakening to that energy, as well as the awakening to the idea of moving into this new life for yourself. Then Virgo, on Friday, we have the Tower card here. Now, this card, oftentimes it represents things happening outside of our control. It represents changes, situations, events within our life that happen to us that break us down to our foundations. It breaks us down to our foundations and allows us to build up from our foundation to something new, build something better. And so Virgo, this is definitely, to me, it's not necessarily that something bad is going to happen. I know that that's how a lot of people tend to read this card. I'm not saying that something bad is going to happen to you, Virgo. I'm just saying that this Tower moment is that awakening. It's that moment that breaks you down to your foundations and allows you to build up something better. So you know how with that 8 of Cups in reverse on Tuesday, we were saying that something is not working for you and you kind of had a hesitancy to walk away from it. The Tower is the moment where you are almost forced to walk away from and forced to take a stance or move in a new direction. And again, awakening yourself to a new life, awakening yourself to a new foundation, it requires you to leave something in the past. You can't move into new life with old energy. And that Tower moment is that moment in life in which your old energy is no longer going to cut it. And you're forced to move into a new way, move into a new energy, a new life for yourself. Saturday, Virgo, we have the King of Cups in reverse. And so when something happens that challenges us, it can be something that is very difficult for us to deal with emotionally. So Saturday with the King of Cups in reverse, Virgo, I would caution you to make sure that you are allowing space for your emotions. Don't try to control your emotions, because emotions are not something to be controlled. They're like waves of the ocean, and you can't control the ocean. The ocean makes waves no matter what. The waves are outside of you. The waves occur through you, but they are not you. You are the steady foundation in the middle, as shown with this King of Cups. You are the steady foundation in the middle that cannot be swayed by your emotions. And so instead of trying to approach your emotions with a place of control, trying to control how you feel or how you express your emotions, you need to instead think about giving yourself the space and the opportunity to feel your emotions. And we say this all the time. You've probably heard all the time from people saying that you need to feel your feelings. And how do we do that? Well, you feel the physical sensations within your body. In anger, it can be, heat or, restriction of the throat. or a pounding, racing heart. Anxiety can be, stomach pain or discomfort. So feel where your feelings are in your body and breathe through it. Breathe through it slowly. They say that an emotion peaks at about 90 seconds. So when you feel the initial wave of the emotion, you need to breathe into it a little bit, allow it to kind of crest, and you'll notice for yourself, as long as you breathe, you sit there and you watch it. You can physically feel this emotion crest and then come back down. So it's a skill. It's not something that's easy for a lot of people for good reason. It's something that's very difficult, but it's something that you need to make time for. And especially, we don't want to expect other people to manage our emotions for us. It's our job to manage our emotions. And so this card, if you're not careful with the King of Cups in reverse, can sometimes mean that you could be prone to lashing out emotionally at the people who care about you. Lashing out emotionally in a manner that is impulsive. And, we don't want to be making impulsive choices. We don't want to be hurting the people that we love on accident because we don't have a handle on the things that we're feeling. And trying to shove down and control our emotions often makes it harder in the long run to feel it. It's going to make time to be felt eventually. Whether you choose to feel it now or try to shove it down and feel it later, it's going to just expand the more that you try to push it off. So, just keep some caution with your emotions, keep it through control, practice your breathing, practice your ability to feel these things without it overcoming you or swaying you outside of yourself. Then Sunday we move on to the Eight of Pentacles. And this is where the hard work comes in. This is where the practice is being practiced, essentially. The Eight of Pentacles, you can see this is a person who is working on some art. They're working on expressing themselves. This shows that, it takes practice. It takes time, dedication, consistency, and you can have dedication in a way where you also have self-expression. The two are not separate from each other. Sometimes people feel as though, sometimes people can feel as though trying to maintain consistency makes them feel as though they aren't as creative. They can feel like the consistency stifles the creative process. And actually what it does is it makes room for the creative process. Showing up every day, even when you don't want to show up, showing up every day is what is going to help you make space for this process. And it's also going to give you an outlet. It's also going to give you an outlet for that energy, even in the times where you feel icky, where you don't feel like doing it. So making time to practice your craft, making time to, practice for what we were talking about before, maybe even practicing your emotional regulation is a really good thing to focus on for your Sunday energy. Now let's move on to week 2 here, Virgo. Now week 2, Virgo, you have every single card in the reverse except for your Saturday card, which is the Three of Swords. So Virgo, something is going on here in week 2 that has you just feeling off of your game, has you feeling separate, almost feeling like you are cloudy within your mind, within your energy, feeling as though maybe you are not able to express yourself properly within your actions, within your personality. So Virgo, let's go ahead and get started with week 2 here, and we'll kind of unpack that a little bit as we go. So Virgo, for Monday here, you start with the Knight. You start with the Knight of Wands in reverse. And this shows a lack of confidence, or not even just a lack, but questioning your skills and abilities to do something. So something here has shaken your confidence. Normally, the Knight of Wands is a person who is very confident. In fact, they sometimes can be overconfident and overpromise their capabilities, right? And so the Knight of Wands in reverse is saying that something has you questioning yourself, has you questioning your abilities, and you feel off your game. You feel unconfident about your, this could be, as we were saying, your ability to emotionally regulate, or your ability to create this new life or this new world for yourself, it carries a very similar energy to that Magician card in reverse that we had Wednesday, week 1. So, Virgo, you have to reconnect with your heart. You have to reconnect with the things that make you you, and you have to reevaluate your foundations, the things that you believe in, your morals, your values, things like that. Because once you know who you are, no one can take that away from you. No one can shake your foundations if you know who you are and you know your foundations. So, you may feel like you are experiencing a lack of confidence at this time, Virgo. But as we said, just try to find some time to revamp it for yourself. Tuesday, Virgo, we move on to the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Virgo, I feel like your energy is a little bit off here. Because, we started the reading with your 10 of Pentacles, which is to say that you have this, sense of foundation, this sense of ability. The 7 of Pentacles is, I almost feel like you doubt whether you can recreate this energy for yourself. You've been in that 10 of Pentacles space already for yourself, and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse is like you questioning whether you can recreate this success that you've already had. So maybe you had success in one area of your life, or perceived success, perceived, completion and ability. And now you're questioning whether or not you can recreate it following the same steps. The 7 of Pentacles is about nurturing something into growth, seeing the fruit of your labor so that you can, enjoy what it is that you have put into something. This is the nurturing process, looking at your growth. And you had the 8 of Pentacles in the upright at the end of week 1. So seeing the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, I don't know, there's something about, maybe it's the way that you ended up where you were. Maybe a part of you feels as though it was undeserving, or that you feel as though you didn't put in enough work. You could be second guessing the part that you played within the success, and maybe being hypercritical about, where you could have done better. And so don't focus so much on the places where you went wrong. Don't focus so much on your perceived failures, Virgo. Try not to ruminate in that energy, because it's going to be blocking your success later on. Then, Virgo, we move on to your next card here, which is the Hermit in reverse. And the Hermit card is actually the card within the major arcana that is associated with Virgo. So Virgo, this is your card. This is you. The Hermit is a person who takes self-imposed isolation because they are on a journey. It's something that requires the work solo so that they can build and learn from their own experience. This is someone who goes off on their own. They climb their own mountain to get to the top, to find their own answers, find their own message. And this card also has a sense of like a deep dive into oneself. And with this card being in reverse, Virgo, I definitely feel like you have lost touch with who it is that you are. You have lost touch with your image of who you truly are on the inside. So, this is more than just that piece of shaken confidence. This is about trying to find who you are again, find who you are within yourself. And so, Virgo, there is this needing to take a deep dive. There is this need to dive deep within yourself and really examine, our inner light, who we are on the inside, never changes, but our perception of it changes. We end up with all these lenses that other people put on us, expectations, people telling us we're not good enough or not special enough or not worthy. All of these things put lenses that kind of start to blind our ability to see who we are truly on the inside. And your inherent worth and value never changes, but your perception of your inherent worth and value does change because of all these lenses, all these coverings that hide you, from the true image of yourself. And so, Virgo, there is this need to take a deep dive within yourself to examine those lenses that you view yourself through so that you can find that image of yourself again. You can find your true light. because it never goes away. It never changes. It's always there. It's just a matter of finding it again. And so Virgo, you're finding your light. You're needing to take that deep dive and figure out who you are on the inside again. Virgo, let's talk about your next card here. On Thursday, you have the Princess of Wands in reverse. This is very similar. We had the Knight of Wands in reverse, which is actually the card that comes after this in the suit of Wands. And this is more about, allowing yourself that creative expression, the ability to try new things. And something here has, it's shaken your confidence with that Knight of Wands. But the Princess of Wands is not just your confidence. It's, again, along the lines of the Magician in reverse. It's trusting yourself to be able to build these things, trusting the creative process. It's a perceived failure in a way. The Princess of Wands is someone who goes out and they try something and they're not afraid to be new. They're not afraid to, throw things at the wall and see what sticks. They're not afraid to try new things as part of the creative process. But the Princess of Wands in reverse is someone who is very attached to other people's perceptions of them, and they're very, very sensitive to perceived failure from themselves or even from outside people, outside perspectives. So, I don't even like saying the word failure because it's perceived failure. The only true failure is choosing to not try. Every opportunity that doesn't work out the way that we planned is not a failure, it's a lesson. It's a learning process. And we can choose to see it as a failure and see ourselves as, incompetent or not capable. But that is not a true reflection of you, Virgo. That's not who you are. You are a person who is able to create something. Failure is something that we have the opportunity to take lessons from it, to start over again with our new ability to, with our new wisdom that we bring with us. Even if we so-called failed, maybe things didn't work out the way that it did, but guess what? We have the opportunity to keep trying. We have the opportunity to make adjustments and do something different each time. And choosing to make adjustments is part of that wisdom that we gain. We know something didn't work out one way before, and so we now have the wisdom to try something new. We have the tools and extra insights that we didn't have previously that can help us actually achieve this thing that we want. And so, Virgo, the Princess of Wands, it is not failure. You are not a failure, Virgo. You are someone who has tried and maybe it didn't turn out the way you wanted. Maybe you aren't where you wanted to be. But I would encourage you, Virgo, to keep trying. Don't lose hope. Don't lose vision or sight of where it is that you want to go, what your goal is. Try not to lose confidence. Creativity is a process. There is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is unattainable. We are humans. We are inherently imperfect. We are, expecting perfection from an inherently imperfect thing is just not going to happen. We're human and things happen. And so don't get too down on yourself. Don't hold yourself to perfection expectations and be surprised when you don't meet those perfect expectations because we are imperfect. We are never going to meet the perfection that we put on ourselves. Friday, Virgo, you have the Four of Swords in reverse, and this is saying that you need to take a break. There's something going on here where you feel as though maybe you're being blocked from taking a break. This can also be the resistance of taking a break. Sometimes we try so much and we try over and over and over again that we forget in between that we need to take some time to recoup so that we can actually have the energy to try again. And not allowing yourself the time to recoup, allowing yourself the time to recuperate is an important part of the process. You have to allow yourself time to heal, and you have to allow yourself time to move on and feel whole again after this so that you can start to actually do the thing that you want to do. If you don't allow yourself the space for healing, what you're doing is you're just trying over and over again, and you're just going to exhaust yourself. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to try again from a place of 100% from a place of 100% recuperation, 100% healing. You know, if you're trying again and not giving yourself time, you're starting yourself at, 70, 60, 40% even. And you're not able to give that thing your all. You're not able to give it your whole heart to try again if you're not allowing yourself the space to rest in between. And that leads us to Saturday here with your Three of Swords. And this, for your week 2, Virgo, is your only upright card, like we were saying earlier. If you are running yourself ragged, if you are pushing yourself too hard to make and meet this perfection that you're trying to achieve, it's going to just lead to hurt. The Three of Swords is the pain that precedes the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the reason. The Three of Swords is the reason that we rest from that Four of Swords. We have our pain and our heartbreak, and the Four of Swords is resting and healing from it. And, when you look at this card, this person has the Three of Swords in their hair. They're holding their one sword. And you can see these 3 swords are kind of flowing away from them, flowing away from their being, their head here. They're not allowing the Three of Swords to hang around. They're holding on to their inspiration, their original idea, the Ace of Swords here. They're choosing to focus and hold on to what is important and what got them started in the first place. And they're allowing the pain and the heartbreak from the Three of Swords to ooze out of their brain and their psyche. So the Three of Swords, if you don't take time for maintenance, maintenance will make time for you, right? If you don't take the time to maintain your vehicle, your person, then your body will make time for you. So you can choose to run yourself ragged and run yourself into the ground. It's like, not making time to take your car for an oil change. If you don't make time for your car maintenance, your car will make time for you. And it'll usually be a lot more expensive than if you had just made time to take care of it little by little. The Three of Swords here is that caution of saying, hey, you're doing too much. You're going to hurt yourself. If you keep up at this pace, you're going to cause long-term damage to your body, possibly. If you're overworking your body physically, you could very well cause long-term physical damage. You could cause long-term emotional damage. You could even cause, things to happen within your life and your relationships because you're so exhausted. You're not taking care of yourself and you end up lashing out or making decisions from a place that is not your proper place of mind. So the Three of Swords is here to caution you, Virgo, to take care of yourself before you get to this point of pain. And lastly, Virgo, your very last card for week 2 is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, remember we were saying Pentacles are earth energy. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And Virgo, this Queen of Pentacles is you. This is the earth energy. This is you. Not seeing yourself in a light of abundance, not seeing yourself in a place of nurturing and growth and guidance and gratitude. I know that's a lot of G words: growth, guidance, gratitude. Virgo, this pentacle that the Queen is holding is meant to represent a seed. It's meant to represent your ability to plant something somewhere and to nurture that growth into a harvest, like we did from the Seven of Pentacles here, nurturing and putting into a harvest. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright is a person who understands their ability to do this. They understand their ability to nurture their own growth. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, is saying that you are doubting yourself. You are disconnected from your image of who you are and from this image of yourself as a person who can build and guide themselves into this new life. So, Virgo, especially if you are, ignoring your body's signals or your heart's signals to take a rest, you're going to further disconnect yourself from that nurturing. You have to be able to nurture yourself first too, Virgo. You can't expect to pour out into something that you want to do from an empty cup. And so that Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, is saying that you need to nurture yourself too. You need to nurture your heart, your body, your soul. Take care of yourself first, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to see the fullest expression of what you want and where you want to go. So anyway, Virgo, that is your reading for February 26th through March 10th. I hope this reading was able to help you in some way. Thank you for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week.